Hello, I'm Jocelyn Shaw, Head of Policy at the British Safety Council. One of the fundamentals of good health and safety is commitment and leadership. We're going to discuss with a panel what this means in terms of the construction sector and particularly in terms of a legacy for the London 2012.
So for me personally, I look back with pride from where we've come from and where we got to, and especially in the work I was involved in with the utilities and the power infrastructure and the build with all of the other power utility groups. And when the ODA came about, we really did integrate where they wanted to go with health and safety leadership and the way that they wished to do their projects on the park, and set up the SHELT, the Health and Safety Leadership team.
It was a fantastic experience. We were delivering the infrastructure, the roads, bridges and structures in the North Park. I think just working with such a large group of contractors and trying to deliver outstanding performance in terms of safety is what stands out for me.
I think it's a project as a company we're very proud of. I think one of the challenges for us being a safety company and having to work under a whole set of very mature and established safety arrangements, because there's already quite a lot in place when we got there, initially was quite challenging.
I think for me personally, I worked, as you say, on a project outside the Olympics, but the Olympics was a leader and a spark for us to try and take safety to a different level.
For me, a sign of a strong leader in health and safety is one that can talk to, communicate and deal with the workforce and bring them to a level of understanding that's common. And what was really useful about the park was the good leadership developed through the client organisations on the park and the delivery partners and the ODA.
But one of the things that was definitely a difference on this project was the client was a strong leader but also engaged. They weren't trying to step away from their responsibilities. And that was great when you were dealing with things like risk. They weren't trying to transfer them, they were trying to manage them, they were there with the team owning them.
In terms of leadership for me, there are three really important things for me as an individual. One is about commitment. Honesty is absolutely paramount. You have to be honest with yourself. It was about trust. You've got to trust that chap's judgment and take on board what he has to say, because he's the guy at the coalface.
Leadership isn't just at project manager and director level. And we concentrated very heavily on the supervisors on site. Every supervisor wore a black hat, so everybody knew who the supervisors were and that they had a special significance on the site.
What's important is what we as individuals and as businesses have taken away from it, that we can then use and take forward as initiatives or behaviours or leadership, whatever it is that we've learned and moved on, and we've taken that experience with us.
The ODA have done a lot of good work to capture the lessons and capture the learning. I suppose for me, what I'd like to see, and it's all about maintaining the effort, what I'd like to see perhaps is sort of life after SHELT and life after PLT for some of those SHELT and PLT members, and to really hone in and maintain the massive effort that was put in.
Again, I think with the rest of the team, we'd learned stuff from that, took it with us into our organisation, and now we're using it with other clients. There's so much that we took from that experience, and there was a lot of learning internally. And the learning legacy information that the ODA have provided and uploaded to the site on their website is a tool we're still looking at and reviewing.
We introduced a Stretch and Flex programme, which we are quite proud of, which involved the workforce each morning, actually before they started work, actually stretching. Slips, trips, falls, musculoskeletal injuries, these are things we recognised did happen, but we came up with some on occasions, innovative solutions to dealing with those, which I think were effective, and we've carried those forward.
And the whole issue that Liam raised of communication with the workforce, these are critical things that generate better performance, and for sure we'll be trying to carry that on throughout the business.
Well, thank you very much indeed, all of you, for participating and for taking the time to talk to us. Thank you very much.